I think we're all very eager to know who won this competition. And it's extremely hot in here. So I think that this ceremony will probably be shorter than it was in previous years. Actually, I wonder why it's so hot, because to my knowledge and in my recollection, this is one of the few rooms in this building that is air conditioned.
It's not anymore.
Not anymore.
It used to, you see? Those things.
Environmental sustainability. I'm not going to announce yet who's the winner, but we would, before hearing from DDG Zhang, we would like to offer some comments on the competition that we have witnessed. So some of my colleagues have witnessed also some of the regional rounds, have participated in the regionals. Some of my colleagues here on the panel have also done some of the preliminaries to this grand final. I can only talk about the grand final, so let me be the last one to speak, and let's ask my colleagues to briefly give you some pointers. Yeah? And we're not necessarily only talking to the complainant and respondent of this grand final, but in general. Yeah. Please, let me start with Tatiana again.
Thank you very much, Peter. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to the two teams that participated in the grand final, and congratulations to the two teams and to everyone who actually made it to the Geneva rounds. I must say that it has been an absolute pleasure to serve as a panelist throughout this competition. I have judged regional rounds in Africa, but also then the final rounds this week. And I must say that it was a tremendous delight to hear all of you argue this case and providing some very interesting, innovative arguments that often we have not thought about. So thank you for taking us on this journey with you. And congratulations again to both teams on the grand final. Thank you.
So indeed, a tremendous privilege. Really, really delightful to be part of this process. As I mentioned earlier, 2 days ago we were holding the TRIPS Council in this very room, and I have to say that the quality of debate and conversation just between us, vastly improved this afternoon, and it was absolutely fascinating. I had the privilege, as Pramiti was putting together this brilliant case, of seeing it evolve, and I have to say, frankly, at that time I was worried that there wouldn't be enough interesting legal issues to really hash out, and what you've done for me, in fact, is given me a range of ideas for future research. You really have progressed thinking about TRIPS, and that gets to my fundamental point of gratitude that for those of us in the intellectual property division here in the WTO, sometimes we feel that the TRIPS agreement is seen as like the alien invasive species of trade law, and I'm really heartened by the way you brought it home, as it were, and really teased out some of those really interesting trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights. And I suppose in terms of pointers, I would say I was really impressed by both teams' very adept use of the broader WTO jurisprudence and navigating comfortably that uncertain boundary between TRIPS law as such and broader trade law. I thought that was brilliantly done and really fascinating to learn from. And secondly, the challenge that we all have now in dealing with a system of intellectual property rights based on territoriality and domestic jurisdiction, and yet, global issues and trade issues that transcend boundaries. It's something that we struggle with. I think generally, I think you handled it really well, and that's obviously one of the challenging frontier issues that the case has opened up, and we do need to explore. So thank you. It was really illuminating, and again, both teams in the final, absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
So let me also start off first by congratulating both of the teams in the finals and also all of the other teams present here. I think you can be definitely incredibly proud of all of the hard work that you've put in and all of the very creative, brilliant arguments that you've come up with. It's been a pleasure for me to see the kind of arguments that you've all come up with. And I think I was very happy to see today that, both the teams really got to the crux of the issue and really identified what the issue essentially boils down to, what is the key tension between certain areas. So I think that was really good to see. One general piece of feedback that I will give, and this isn't just for the two teams, but for everyone, for all of the teams here. And I actually received this feedback when I was a participant and I was sitting there, and I received that, and it's really something that's stuck by me across all areas of law since then. And that is that it sounds very simple, but anytime you're making a legal argument, always look at the broader policy implications of that. Look at the socio-political policy sort of context in which the law was formulated. What are the wider consequences of a particular legal argument or the specific legal decision that would happen? And, whether that's access to vaccines in this case, or more generally, the protection of public health, or whether that's the maintenance of free and liberal trade, and are these two really at clash? Is it possible to reconcile them? So all of those, just really think through the wider implications of your arguments. And of course, your legal arguments have to be rooted in law and in the black letter of the law. But I genuinely think that the strongest legal arguments are those which address these wider implications as well. So I hope that you have this in mind, and I can say undoubtedly that this mooting experience really helps you not only through your career of trade law, as you've heard multiple times this week, but also in any other area of law that you apply, because this amount of rigorous training and preparation that you've done over the last few months will really serve you well. So good luck.
Gabriel, who is a former superior of mine, just said that we need to accelerate. So I will speak like a machine gun now. What Tony Taumann said illustrates how IP remains a bit special in this organization, and WTO agreement in this case also illustrates it. Transit for me was the first encounter in 2004 when I started to work on the negotiations with the Russian Federation over its accession. At that time, there was no single panel report dealing with it, and I started to write a paper entitled GATT Article 5, Transit, Freedom of Transit, Sleeping Beauty of the Multilateral Trading System. When you look at Article 5 of the GATT, you realize very quickly that it is the best protected animal under the GATT. It's better protected than imports. It's better protected than exports. And later in my work, we had the case of medicines in transits or active substances. This is not always about life saving and threatening things. One of the first cases was the active substance for Viagra. But this case here is even much more vital and very well built, compliments to the case author. A case like that deals with COVID vaccines, of course, quickly gets you into questions of life and death. That's also why I asked the question of human rights, because in reality, that has to be part of such a discussion, but the case was well built narrowly, and the parties also understood well to keep it within the four corners of the WTO agreement. But be aware that this is a bigger thing in reality. Thank you.
Being aware of the time limit, I will keep it short. Like my other co-panelists, I'd like to congratulate the two teams and everybody here. I think you are all winners. I think it's very inspiring, to see young people with high level of legal knowledge and, very good advocacy. So I learned a lot of things and I feel rejuvenated to be amongst you. So I'm glad to be part of this and really continue this, make this your first step to your career. Just one point is when we're up here, please remember we're having almost like a conversation, and listen to us. Sometimes we're giving pointers. It's not about just catching the time, and finishing your case, but also trying to influence us. But again, thank you very much, everybody, and congratulations.
I'll be even briefer as we're really running out of time and it's super hot in here. But no, first, congratulations to the two teams in the final. That was a lot of fun to ask you a question and drill you on those topics. Maybe just two quick advice for your future legal career. The first one is, I think as Pramiti introduced, is remember that if you go into litigation, judges will look at the bigger picture. They won't look only at, the meaning of the terms and the legal provision. That mostly when you do international law, there's always political question or economic question that are behind, and those should really be kept in mind for all of you when you go into perhaps into litigation in your future career. And the second point is, remember that, and I think that builds on what Dina just said, that judges are human beings and they want to have fun with you. They want to have a discussion. And I always say it's not what makes you win, but charming the judges and having fun with them will help you in your litigation career. So something to keep in mind. But yeah, congratulations.
My reputation precedes me and nobody expects me to keep it short, but I will keep it short because I don't like it to keep a DDG waiting. Listen, Tony said that this afternoon was, and now I'm putting words in his mouth, but that this had more substance than the TRIPS meeting earlier this week. I'm going to say something different, not contradicting him, but on a different point. I heard people litigate here better than people that have litigated before the appellate body. Yeah, some were better. But this was really excellent litigation. Very quickly, and that goes for everybody, refer to case law, as much as you can. Yes, there's no precedent, but structure your arguments well. Tell us, I'm now talking about this claim, or sometimes I got a bit confused. Engage with the questions that we ask, even if you think they're completely off. Engage. Teamwork is very important, and what I really thought was admirable on both sides was how the next speaker was able to answer the question that the previous speaker could not answer because she ran out of time. Very well done. What I didn't see very much happening was exchanges of notes, but yeah, good teamwork. Finally, on interpretation, Article 31 of the Vienna Convention. I'm happy to entertain you over dinner on this. So let me just say this. It's terms in their context and in the light of the object and purpose in order to determine the ordinary meaning. So the holistic exercise is a playing with terms, context, and object and purpose. And now You may on both sides say, yes, but that's what we meant. Not necessarily what you said. Yeah. Okay. With that, congratulations. Congratulations to all. It's a success to be here.
Good afternoon. Congratulations to the teams, the coaches, and their advisors. Thank you to all the panelists for judging the competition. And thank the case author, Pramita Parvani. Thank you. Congratulations to the organizers, the John Jackson Moot organizing team, and the WTO staff volunteers. I would like to acknowledge also the support of the sponsors of the competition for their financial support, academic support, and the prizes. For the platinum, One Bell and Bellies; for the gold, Akin and Steptoe, Baker McKenzie; and for the silver, Sadly Austin Singapore Management University; for the bronze, Lee and Co; and for the main academic supporter, Georgetown University; and for the academic supporters, World Trade Institute, European Public Law Organizations, and the technical supporters, WTO. This was a long competition with 3 distinct phases: written submission, regional rounds, and the final round. 73 different universities from 33 WTO members, all those in accession from 6 continents, competed in this edition, and in total, more than 270 students and 100 coaches took part in the moot. Everyone worked hard, but the teams who gathered here didn't get here by chance or lottery. Each and every one of the 24 teams here had to sacrifice a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to be here. And so our first set of awards goes to you for your success. Please come up with your team name is called. I will invite Gabriel Masso to hand them out. Team 1, Singapore Management University. Okay, thank you, congratulations. And team 2, South Africa, Ruth Universities. Congratulations, team 3, Brazil, FGV Direto Escola de Direito de São Paulo. Congratulations. Team 13, Singapore, National University of Singapore. Thank you and congratulations. Team 15, India, Western Bengal National University of Judicial Science. Thank you and congratulations. Team 16, Canada, Queen's University. Thank you and congratulations. Team 17, Germany, Western Fächer Wilhelm University, Münster. Thank you and congratulations. Team 21st, Belgium, Catholic University of Leuven. Thank you and congratulations. Team 22, USA, Georgetown University Law Center. Thank you and congratulations. Team 26, Canada, University of Ottawa. Thank you and congratulations. Team 28, Ukraine, Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv. Thank you and congratulations. Team 29, Ukraine, National University, Kyiv, Mohyla Academy. Thank you and congratulations. Team 30, Germany, University of Passau. Thank you and congratulations. Team 33, India, Lloyd Law College. Okay, let's go to the team 35, India also, National Law University, Dahod. Team 44, Switzerland, University of Geneva. Thank you and congratulations. Team 53, Philippines, Ateneo de Manila University. Thank you and congratulations. Team 60, United Kingdom, University of Cambridge. Thank you and congratulations. Team 68, India, Jindo Global University. Thank you and congratulations. Team 72, Ghana, University of Professional Studies. Left. Okay. Team 83, India, National Law Institute University. Not yet. Team 85, Philippines, University of Philippines College of Law. Thank you and congratulations. Last but not least, Team 91, Kenya, Strathmore University. Thank you and congratulations. I was told by Linia there's another team. Wait a second. Team 77, Kenya, Kabarak University. Yes. Thank you. So the panelists, please take a seat. We now turn to the different awards granted each year to teams or individuals who excel in one of the different phases of this competition. First of all, and because of your incredible performance that brought you the final oral round, all members of the teams participating in this round will have the opportunity to apply for a 50% tuition for a LLM degree at Georgetown Law. This offer is not limited in time, and the Georgetown will select the 2 best Jackson Moot applicants each year for this prestigious scholarship. Now we move to the best written submission prizes. I give the floor to Gabriel Masso to award those prizes.
Oh, okay. So the best complainant written submission, Ian Chisney, Team 26. Charlotte Wong Labo, Nikki Kim. It's you? Ah. That's the best complainant written submission. That's the prize under my name, so I'm very happy.
Now I ask Lina to announce the rest of the prizes. Yes.
So we also have 2 other awards. We have the best written submission for the respondents, as well as the best overall written submission. The best written submission on behalf of the respondent is named after Valerie Hughes, who has also been a great contributor to this competition. And this has been very simple to determine because both of these awards are also going to Team 26.
Take seat, please. I'm sorry for the panelists. There's two winners of this prizes. The best respondent written submission award, the Wells Hughes Award, and the best overall written submission award. Right. Yeah. Okay. So for the best respond written submission award, 80 hours of specialized course of EPLO. And for the best overall written submission award, 80 hours of a specialized course of EPLO. Okay. Okay. Right. And now we come to the final round awards. A moot competition is merely about the orator skills. It is, as you have learned, both preparing for and during the competition, first and foremost, a team exercise. It moves us in real life. Arguments succeed when a team is working together. This is why the principal awards in this competition are team awards. At the same time, when each of you is presenting an argument, despite all the support you receive from your team, and for all the work you coaches and advisors have put into you, it is you who is in the hot seat. Our next set of awards recognize the individual skills you have developed and demonstrated throughout the final round as best orator. In essence, recognition of your ability to withstand close interrogation for 15 minutes at a time. There are 4 sets of prizes for the orators: best orator in the preliminary sessions, the best orator in the quarterfinals, best orator in the semifinals, best orator in the grand final. The Werner Dutig Prize. Where's Werner, my friend and my colleague? Please stand up. The ELSA has named one of these prizes in honor of the current WTO official in recognition of this long-standing contribution to the field of international trade law, legal education, and the work of John Jackson Moot Court Computation. Now I announce the prize. Best orator in the preliminary session, Team 91, Gloro Kobani. Thank you and congratulations. Best orator in quarterfinals, Team 21, Christoph Semening, and Team 85, Yan Ren Nicholas. Congratulations. The best orator in the semi-final, Team 1, Nila Agrosundram. Congratulations. Now the best orator in the grand final, the Werner Dudek Prize. The winner will get a full tuition scholarship for Mile and the Trail Plus LM program of the World Trade Institute. Team 13, Nicola Teal. Congratulations. Now we turn to the One Bell and the Belly Award. As you know, this year, the competition platinum sponsor One Bell and the Bellies have decided to present a specific award. I would therefore like to call upon Ms. Tatiana Parasova and Mr. Victor Koshe to explain and present the award.
Thank you very much, DDG. So as DDG has kindly introduced, we are delighted on behalf of the platinum sponsor Van Bellen Bellis to announce a new special prize. And I let Victor to quickly introduce.
Thank you, Tatiana. So the Van Bellen Bellis Award is given to the best speaker from an African team and consists of a prize of 2,000 euros to further your education.
And the winner of this award is from team number 91, Glory Koboni.
Thank you, Tatiana and Victor. Now we move to the winners of the grand final and assess the 21st edition of the John Jackson Moot Code Competition. First of all, I would like to congratulate the two teams that took part in the grand final today. You displayed a more than impressive commitment and tremendous skills. Both teams will receive an additional 1 year free access to the Jules Moody platform. You will also receive a tuition fee waiver from the World Trade Institute for 2 weeks of the 2023 and the 2024 WTI winter or summer academy. Mr. Anthony Toman is also contributing with signed book to both teams. Now, I've give the floor to Peter van den Bosch to announce the winner.
I have to get this right. Because 2 or 3 years ago, I watched the Oscar ceremony. So I promised myself that this would never happen to me. The winner of this competition, and it was by no means an easy decision to take, but the winner of this competition is Team 26.
Congratulations, and then congratulations to the two teams. Thank you. Congratulations. Take seats, please. Now we will give the floor to the case author of this edition of the John Jackson Moot Code Competition, Madame Paramiti Parvani.
Thank you, DDG, for the kind words earlier. I'm honestly a bit overwhelmed right now, just seeing all of the hard work that you've all put in, the months and months of preparation that I know have gone into this. So I hope you're all incredibly proud of yourselves. The winning team, the first runners up, also all of the participants, because I truly think that reaching here to the final oral rounds in Geneva is by no means a small feat. And so you should really be very, very proud of yourselves. It's been, I think, close to a year now that we've been developing this problem. Went through rigorous rounds of editing with the problem first and then the bench memo. But I think that's all of that effort now. I really do feel like it's worth it now that I've seen all of the very creative and innovative arguments. And I truly feel that all of the teams have done justice to the problem. So that makes me feel really, really happy. And good luck for the future. I hope to see you continue in the trade law world, but if not, then whatever you do, I'm sure you're going to be very successful. And I hope that the lessons you've learned over this past few months, whether that's in terms of the substance of the problem and the content that you've learned, or just generally the process of arguing and presenting written submissions, presenting oral arguments, I hope that that serves you well in your future career. Thank you also to the academic board for their incredible support of the last few months, for helping me through this problem. Thank you to the organizers for everything that you've done over the last so many months. I can imagine that it's been really hard. And thank you finally to the DDG and the other members at the WTO for all of their support as well.
Thank you, Paramita. Finally, I will give the floor to Linnea for some final remarks from Elsa.
I will keep myself short because in the week that this has been, I have not had time to write a speech. But today is not about me, it's about everyone else, which means that I don't have to talk about myself. I can talk about the great experience that it has been to organize this competition for the past year. About a year ago, almost today, we are about 2 weeks away from when I was here in Geneva last year for the final round as part of the organizing committee. Then I didn't know much about the competition. I had time kept a few sessions online. I had helped out with a few technical things. I'd called restaurants and made sure that things were set up for the final round, made sure that we had all the certificates in place. If you received a final round handbook last year, I wrote that one. But going from that to being the head of organization was not a small step. And I had never organized anything on this scale, and I think I never will again. So it has definitely been a roller coaster. We've had ups, we have downs, but at the end of the day, I am gonna cry tonight for good reasons. Don't you worry. The relief of having successfully organized this round with the help of the regional art organizers, the academic board helping with problem, Ramiti, who had the center problem of this competition, all of our partners who have helped us with sending panelists and making sure that everyone is on time with everything. And of course, last but not least, the WTO, as well as today and during this week, the organizing committee that I've had the honor of having with me during the week, as well as my ELSA International team members, Elena, who has been emailing you a lot during the whole year. Maciej, who is not only my successor, but also helped me a lot this year with the regional rounds, making sure that everything was kept up to par with the organization. Being the first time back to a physical format after the pandemic was difficult. There's a lot of things that got lost over the years, but with his help and also, of course, with the help of the regional organizers, I think we managed quite well. So thank you, Maciej. And last but not least, we have Amanda, my right hand, left foot, sometimes brain, who took on the enormous challenge of being the director, who is helping me out with all matters, going from panelists to helping out with the regional rounds, making sure that the academic board follows up on matters that we need their assistance on, and just being there for me in all matters. And she also had to take on the role of assistant for panelists from Christmas, which is not an easy feat that either, with the written submission scores, making sure that we have panelists for the regional rounds, and of course also coordinating all you lovely panelists this week during the final round. And she was a participant last year, but I may say so that this is her greatest achievement. So thank you so much. But now, as we're all eager to get going, get a shower before dinner, I will officially say that this is the end of the award ceremony, and I wish to have a lovely dinner with you all. Now you get to chat about where you're from, your experiences and everything. Do learn from the panelists, and everything will be great. So thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Linia. This brings to the end of this ceremony. But as the moderator, I also want to say a few words. I just want to explain to you why I'm here. I'm the Deputy Director General of the WTO responsible for knowledge management. And our ambition is to make a WTO a knowledge hub. But in the past, the WTO was called the ivory tower. It can be understood in good sense and bad sense. In bad sense, the people, the lawyers here, they work in the silos, have no connection with the real world, with the business community. But it also can be understood in good sense. The people here are very professional lawyers. They have specific knowledge. So our objective is to break silos and at the same time to keep as professional as possible. This competition, the title is John Jackson's Moot competition. John Jackson is a great man. I have the privilege to meet him twice in China. And I still remember the last time we met. And my then minister asked him, he was already very senior, if you are still writing something. And John Jackson said, yes, I work every day. He has been studying and researching until the end of the life. He's not only a great lawyer, a great legal expert, a professor, he is also a great promoter and a communicator. You may know that in 1990s, there was a grand debate in the United States before and after the Royal Round. And finally, thanks to John Jackson and others like Mickey Cantor, like Leon Britton in Brazil, they persuaded, the constituencies and accept the Uruguay Round Agreement. We cannot take it for granted now, especially when we face the turbulence of the globalization and the difficulty of the multilateral trading system. And this competition is about a debate. In real life, in the real negotiation, sometimes you have to debate, you have to defend your position, you have to persuade your counterpart. But it's not all about the negotiation. It's not all about the rule-making process. You may notice during your computation from Tuesday and today, there's a parallel event, the Geneva Environmental Week. Environmental issue used to be a sensitive one, but now there are more and more consensus about the relationship between environment and trade. And more countries, including developing countries, even the LDCs, recognize we need to make our contribution from trade perspective to the global challenge. This is the outcome of communication and knowledge sharing, good practice sharing. So when you win the competition of debate, don't forget the communication, the understanding, listen to others, and share your knowledge with others. So that's my observation of this competition. With this, I want to congratulate you again, and I wish a best journey of you to back to your home and your universities. Thank you very much.
I'm going to use this hammer, but not before asking you to stand up again. And and to receive again our applause.